All right, so good day, everyone. My name is Alec Nunes. Today we'll be presenting on managed workplace relationship. The organization that we're under is Hart NSDA Trust Garment Academy. All right, so we're group members. So my name Alec Nunes, Hope Daly. We have Chantel Dunn, Jacqueline Williamson, and we have Sushana Williamson Jones. All right, so these are our objectives. How Mr. Walter's leadership style contributes to the business success and effective workplace relationship. Factors that may have influenced Mr. Walters' choice of leadership, ways that Mr. Walters embodied the characteristic of a good, effective leader and positive role model. How Mr. Walters' leadership style helps develop team commitment and cooperation. How Mr. Walters monitor and introduce ways to improve work relations. And we have types of leadership displayed in the workplace. Also, we have here the benefits of implementing consultation processes in an organization, the importance of culture diversity in workplace, and ways establishing and maintaining positive work relationships adds to workplace efficiency. Ways in which participation of teamwork can ensure the key performance indicators are used to meet the organization's goals and objectives, and ways that can contribute positively to the team's performance. Last is a method used to coach and maintain skills to support the team. All right, so here we have, hold on. So, how some of the leadership style that contribute to the business success and effective workplace relationship that Mr. Walters has displayed are used, I would say. So two leadership styles are democratic and charismatic leadership. So the democratic leadership invites participation from others in the organization as part of its decision making, right? So under this leadership, everyone is encouraged to participate, leading to increased feelings of involvement and recognition and satisfaction. So here's an example from the case study that we have read, where Mr. Walters take a keen interest, in their well-being and is an excellent listener to substantiate their views. They said that he has an open door policy and communication often flows in both directions. So Mr. Walters is willing to stop as he walks through the factory to listen to the concerns of each staff members. All right. So as regards to democratic leadership, these are some of the benefits that are aligned. So with democratic leadership, it encourages participation. It brings more viewpoint to the table, especially as a person that provide decisions, build team relations, and invite higher level of commitment. So charismatic leader, which he has also displayed, which helps to improve motivation among workers. One of the goals of charismatic leadership is to encourage workers to perform better at their jobs by conveying feelings of well, conveying feelings of passion and actively paying attention to employees. The likelihood of better performance increase in the organization. So employees become more motivated to do their job and more dedicated to their responsibilities, right? They are able to build good interpersonal relationship with employees, and a charismatic leaders also easily motivate and inspire people they work with. So here are some factors that may have influenced Mr. Walter's choice of leadership. So personalities and belief system, company culture, and employee diversity, right? So when it comes down to personality, So it is a combination of characteristics that qualifies the form of individual distinctive character. How the person operates. So each person have a different personality, I would say. So how the person operates. So he, as the owner of the organization, have a different personality from the employees, the managers, and supervisors. As it regards to belief system, it is a set of principles and tenets which together forms the basic of a religion, philosophy, or moral code. So it's basically what you as a person believes in. So he might believe in how uh he might have a different belief of how his organization should operate, and the managers and supervisors, they have a different beliefs as well, but they have to work with what he have initiated. Company culture. So there are different organizations across the world which have different types of culture, right? A company culture is how you do what you do in the workplace, I would say. It's a sum of your formal and informal system and behavior and values. So it's basically how a company operates. So your company can do certain things differently from how a similar company would have done it, right? How they communicate, maybe informal or formal. Employee diversity. Employee diversity is the is a diverse situation in the workplace, I would say, accepting and inclusion of employees of all backgrounds. So employees from different ethnic backgrounds. Maybe you're from the African background, the white folks, I would say, background. So it's basically the background that you have, right? That comes together and work to have the organization going and function as best as possible. All right, so my colleague Hope will take over from here. Hope.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will be continuing our presentation. My name is Hope Bailey. Next topic that we'll be looking at is ways that Mr. Walters embodies the characteristics of a good, effective leader and role model. First, Mr. Walters embodies the characteristics of a good, effective leader and role model by empowering the team. Mr. Walters offered regular training for the workers to improve their expertise, thus providing them with the opportunity to grow and improve by way of company sponsorship. He's also an excellent listener. He listens to the concerns of staff members and values their opinions. He also motivates the team. To motivate one's team or employees is to show appreciation and recognize their achievements. Mr. Walters, being a good leader, recognizes his staff members on a monthly basis according to their job performance. Mr. Walters also cared for others. He took a keen interest in their well-being and has their best interest at heart. He is also driven, and driven leaders are highly motivated and believe in the vision of the company, which is to ensure that high quality is maintained. Employees with a driven leader are motivated as well. Mr. Walters, we will look now at how Mr. Walters' leadership style helps to continue to help the team to develop commitment and cooperation. So as I said, Mr. Walters is a listener. And when staff knows that their opinions and suggestions are being heard, they will be willing to speak up about things that can improve operations and things that threaten the company's effectiveness. He also actively seeks to provide opportunities to his staff to improve themselves using company funds. And any leader that is willing to invest company funds in the development of staff will definitely earn the respect and the commitment of those staff, because they are showing them that they are considering the staff as just as vital a part of keeping the company going as any of their physical or their monetary assets. Mr. Walters communicates freely and encourages communication from his staff. When any manager that is willing to listen to staff, even if they meet them in unofficial settings, they are still willing to hear them, and staff knows when leaders are listening. Staff knows when managers actually pay attention to what they say. And the fact that the staff were convinced and appreciated the fact that he listened to them, took their suggestions, implemented what he could. They were willing at all times to speak to him, and things that were of concern or things that needed improvement, places where they saw that the company could develop, they could always tell him. And Mr. Walters always had a ready source of information for places where the company could grow and improve. He knows his staff and can identify them as individuals and as a group. And every staff member loves when a manager can identify them, knows their name, knows their position, and even if they don't know the fine details of their life, the simple fact that a manager can identify them and will acknowledge them by name is always encouraging to staff. They know that they are not just part of an organization, they feel like part of a family. And because of his obvious respect and regard for the staff, they are willing to commit to the company and to its success because they see the company's success as their success as well. How Mr. Walters monitors and introduces ways to improve work relationships. He encourages participation in staff meetings. Staff meetings are always a vital part of any company, running any company, because a company must have regular meetings so that everybody can get on the same page, know what is happening, understand where they are going, and know how they will play their part in what is happening in the company. So to have regular meetings where the staff can attend, when we're having regular meetings in a company where they know that their managers are listening and taking what they say seriously, the staff will participate gladly, and they will also be free to speak and to show the company where it can go. He moves around the workspace and interacts with the staff at their levels. He's not rigid in his need for formal means of communication by having an open door policy and stopping to listen to staff. He gives them opportunities to present their own solutions to problems, and he remains consistent in his methods to manage the company and the staff. The type of leadership style displayed in the workplace. Mr. Walters displayed a transformational leadership style. Transformational in that Mr. Walters gained the trust and confidence of his team. He encouraged and motivates his team members to grow and maximize their full potential. An example of that is he encouraged his subordinates to strive to achieve their full potential in monthly meetings. Transformational leaders listen to employees' concerns and needs so that they can provide adequate support. This is visible in the given scenario where Mr. Walters is mentioned as an excellent listener. Another type of leadership style that was displayed is democratic. Another name for democratic is participative. Leaders make decisions based on each member's input. Digital Innovative Incorporation has an open policy and communication flowing both ways. This shows that their opinion or input is valued. However, as a democratic leader, The final decision lies with the management team, which makes the decision in the best interest of the team. Benefits of consultation process in an organization. Consultation allows you to get early buy-in from the staff on policies or projects. One of the best ways to get staff to be fully committed to what the company is doing is to allow them to participate and contribute from the early stages of planning or development. When they contribute early, they will feel included and relevant and will be committed to seeing the process through. In particular, when their contributions are seriously considered and adopted. So in consultation in an organization for this scenario, the management would have consulted with staff and at the various levels in any decision-making process. And when staff are included in the process from the beginning, they know that their opinions are valued. And once they are in the project from the ground up, they will be just as motivated as management to work the process through to the end and to ensure that everyone benefits. The other important benefit of the consultation process in an organization. Consultation allows you to get a comprehensive picture of a project's potential by getting the input of staff at every level. Engaging the expertise of the staff in their specialist areas will prevent the company from wasting time and resources on strategies that will not work based on the experience the employees have of how things work on the ground. When you have staff that are working at the various levels and understand all of the fine details of how each step of the process works, it is important for managers to consider that and to remember that when you get that information early, you won't waste time doing things that are not feasible or practical. You won't waste money buying things or parts that are not relevant to the project. And you will also, once again, get the buy-in from the staff to make sure that the project works completely. Two importances of cultural diversity in the workplace. Cultural diversity brings increased revenue. This often shows companies and employees both benefit from an increase in revenue. Other companies go after a broad range of clients. Learning to understand different needs and experiences within your organization makes it possible to respond to your clients' needs with insight and sensitivity, creativity, and innovation. The true benefit of diversity is diversifying the way your team members think and operate. You don't get that unless you embrace, celebrate, and empower people to show up as their true selves. Diversity reduces groupthink and encourages creative, innovative, great work ethics in the working environment.
All right, thanks for that, Hope. So we have Sue next here. Go ahead, Sue. Shauna.
Hi everyone. So we are giving you an overview of Mr. Walters and steps and tips that he could have done better or add to his leadership style. So we're at ways establish and maintain positive work relationships that will add to the efficiency of our workplace. So we have effective businesses. Encourages the development of positive relations between managers and employees, as well as it encourages the same positive relation amongst co-workers. All businesses can foster positive workplace relationship by creating strong mission statements and an upbeat team-based environment. Two ways in establishing and maintaining positive work relations adds to the workplace efficiency and are communicate effectively with employees and show your appreciation. Communicate group expectations immediately and regularly. Set high performance expectations and emphasize the importance of each employee's role to the success of the business. Coach managers on maintaining good relationships with their staff members. Just a moment. Sorry about that. So we move on. And we move on to emphasize the needs for two-way communication at all times. Communication has to have a sender and a receiver. And so it must be communicated effectively for it to be called communication. So both a sender and receiver must understood what was said. Clear and precise instructions ought to be given for individuals to feel respected as both individuals and crucial contributors to the final service or product of the company, showing your appreciation. Reward great work as quickly as possible and address problems or concerns immediately. Acknowledge staff members publicly with written or verbal commendations when they exceed performances, and provide assistance at all times for those who are failing. We always ought to model a creative behavior in our workplace. This will foster workplace relation by actively seeking opportunities of other assistance that will help coworkers to support staff, and this will allow them to do their job as best as possible. Moving on. So ways in which the participation of teamwork can ensure that key performance indicators are used to meet the organization's goal and objectives. Reduce high employee turnover. And so we don't want to always having to be employing, training and all of that, and they're leaving. So we have to capitalize on ways to have our employees staying. Organizations that lack teamwork across all departments often experience lower levels of productivity and growth. That's a fact. As a result, it becomes harder for them to operate efficiently, which is why they fail to realize their long term objectives. When employees find out that they can't carry out their responsibilities, they become frustrated and oftentimes quit. A focus on the importance of teamwork leads to friendly environment where employees can easily carry out their responsibilities, which helps to minimize employees turnover and minimizing employees becoming frustrated. We go on. We continue. Eliminate toxic work culture. One of the benefits of teamwork in organizations is that it eliminates toxic work culture. A toxic work culture often categorized by drama, fighting, low morale at work, lack of communication, and the boss fear. Plus, the organization forces on policies instead of people. And that means that the organization oftentimes doesn't foster growth and development, nor do they see the need of their employees. They're just policy and getting the job done. A toxic work culture affects the productivity and well being of employees. This makes it impossible for the organization to achieve its strategic goals. Moving on. Ways that can contribute positively to the team's performance are so we have downtime, and this helps to rejuvenate and refocus employees on their daily tasks. This can be achieved by one of two ways. Take some short coffee breaks, or just take a walk from your desk, stretch your legs a bit, clear your mind. If possible, and you're able to take a day off, a day or two, maybe book a vacation or just rest your mind for a few days. Delegate, give someone else an opportunity to grow as well by giving them a little bit more so that they can broaden their horizon. And it also often allows you to move on the task more efficiently and effectively, spreading it across. Allocating easy at times it helps to specialize tasks. You can give it to a colleague who is more focused in that area, and it also clears up and it gives the opportunity for more to be done in a required field while the job is required. Methods of using coaching and mentoring skills to support the team. Trusting relationships, listening, providing feedback. Trusting relationships is fostering self discovery, it maintains confidentiality, and it reserves judgment. So, if it is that our environment has a trusting relationship, that means one will be able to speak up and adequately share so that they can build themselves and they can be a better employee. Listening is always key. It allows you to guide someone, it allows you to observe someone, and it allows you to give the correct responses while understanding others' state of mind and emotion. Providing feedback is always important because if we're talking in means of conversation, then we would always want an answer. And this gives an opportunity for both employee and supervisors or anyone above them to have a consistent dialogue from one person to the other, which will allow for new initiative and resolves are most often discovered. And so we are at the end of our presentation. We trust that you would have learned the skills and ways that you are now able to maneuver as a leader, whether you be democratic or or autocratic, whichever leadership style you have, take into consideration ways that you can develop your organization.
All right, thanks, Shoshana and Hope, for your input today. As you can
Guys,
see
if
on
you make my pot bono.
our screen is we have our reference as well, and we have come to the end of our presentation. I hope you guys found it interesting and knowledgeable. Thank you.